What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, this story broke super late last night, actually, as I was laying down to go to sleep, and coming from an industry insider who's not only been rather ubiquitous as of late, but has actually started to earn a track record as a proven source in the Marvel scoop game. And according to them, Marvel is now, as he puts it, on the hunt for their new T'Challa. We're going to break down this article in full because there's a lot of details included in here. He even goes as far as to say that Marvel Studios already offered the role to at least one actor who turned it down this past fall. We're going to read through the article in full, go over all the new details. According to industry insider Jeff Snyder, apparently Marvel Studios is now looking to recast T'Challa for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Quick reminder though, to hit that subscribe button, guys. To everyone who subbed in the last 2 or 3 months, thank you so much. The channel is growing at a breakneck pace again. If you haven't already, if you've been rocking with the channel for a while, if you enjoy this type of content or want to support the channel, the best way to do it is to subscribe. It'll automatically enter you for the giveaways, and of course, it'll keep you up to date with everything that's coming down the road for all the updates for Avengers 5. Okay, so again, this broke late last night from industry insider Jeff Snyder. This is the same guy who nailed Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom months before it was officially announced by Marvel. He released an editorial late last night under the headline, "Hot Rumor, 5 years after Chadwick Boseman's death, Marvel is looking to recast Black Panther hero T'Challa." He goes on to write, quote, "When Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman died of cancer on August 28, 2020, it felt like time stopped in its tracks. In the past 10 years, I can't recall a celebrity death that rocked the world like Boseman's passing did. It was an absolute tragedy. Rather than recast his signature role as T'Challa in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Marvel wisely laid the character to rest and passed the mantle on to his sister Shuri, played by Letitia Wright. While Black Panther grossed $1.35 billion worldwide and was a bona fide cultural phenomenon, its 2022 sequel Black Panther Wakanda Forever took in just $859 million worldwide. That's a difference of nearly $500 million, and Wright didn't exactly endear herself to the studio during production. My point is that Marvel's reshuffling the deck in advance of Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, and Robert Downey Jr. coming back not as Iron Man, but as Dr. Doom. I'm told that the door is firmly open for T'Challa to be recast via the magic of the multiverse." And look, we all saw the foreshadowing at the end of Wakanda Forever. When we're introduced to T'Challa's son, we assumed he would grow up and take the mantle from Shuri, but we all suspected that sort of was in the shakeup after the Multiverse saga had concluded. This is where the article gets even more interesting and he ups the ante. He goes on to write, quote, "In fact, I heard that an actor was actually offered the role this past fall, a couple of months after Downey's big reveal at Comic-Con, but they turned it down, not wanting to jeopardize their career momentum by stepping into Boseman's gigantic shoes, which may be too big to fill even for Hollywood's most talented actors. But rest assured, someone will be willing to say yes and pay tribute to Boseman with their performance." He then goes on to clarify, and this is a super important paragraph, quote, "Now, it's unclear whether T'Challa will appear in Avengers Doomsday or Avengers Secret Wars, but I think it's fair to assume that whoever is cast as the character will reprise that role in Black Panther 3, which has been discussed by everyone from Ryan Coogler to Denzel Washington. I think it's also fair to assume that it will be Coogler who helps Marvel boss Kevin Feige recast the role of T'Challa rather than, say, the Russo brothers who are directing the 2 Avengers sequels. I'm sure everything will be handled with the utmost care and in consultation with Boseman's family, but based on what I'm hearing from agency sources, Marvel is on the hunt for a new T'Challa." And of course, a representative from Marvel did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Okay, so there's quite a bit to unpack here, and I want to read between the lines just a little bit. If they're currently trying to actively cast for T'Challa, as he put it, it's probably for Doomsday or Avengers Secret Wars, because Ryan Coogler is just now starting to write Black Panther 3. There wouldn't be a rush to sort of recast him until they're ready to move forward with production and filming. The 2 movies in front of us are Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And so since those movies are coming down the pipeline in the next 2 and 3 years, and we're waiting till Black Panther releases somewhere in the Mutant Saga, it's most likely this casting is for those 2 films. Then you take it one step further, and if you have any familiarity at all with the 2015 Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars run, you'll know T'Challa Black Panther is the basic protagonist. He is the hero. Without giving it all away in this video, we should break it down in a separate video, but he's definitely the main agitator at the end. This is the story where he wears the Infinity Gauntlet and defeats Dr. Doom, among other things. So there might have always been a plan for Chadwick Boseman to carry that mantle, so to speak, all the way through and be that character for Marvel in phase 4, 5, and 6 in lieu of not having a Tony Stark or a Steve Rogers. Obviously that all changed with the passing of Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, and so they had to pivot and maybe really didn't ever have a plan for another character to put that weight on. So hearing they may recast it at this moment, after respectfully having waited as long as they did to do this, I think actually makes a lot of sense, because you honor the character in having him fulfill the role that he was meant to play in Avengers Secret Wars. And look, there may be some people who feel some sort of way about Marvel recasting him, but if you've been reading comments from the community on channels like mine in our little corner of YouTube since Chadwick Boseman's passing, there are many more fans who are in favor of them recasting the character in order to keep T'Challa in the MCU and honor him. They want him to be a part of things, and I think there was a respect factor that Marvel Studios was going for that they definitely achieved, but by all means, it is time to bring T'Challa back, and that's what they set up at the end of Wakanda Forever by introducing T'Challa's son. So there is definitely already the canon in place to do this, and while we assumed it might be after the Multiverse Saga that we get the recast, why not just go ahead and cast that actor now, and as he puts it, probably with the help and main directive of Ryan Coogler, who will be directing that character in Black Panther 3. Now, the one point I think is maybe the most important is the fact that he says that an actor already got this offer and turned it down. And look, I don't know what sources Jeff Snyder has at these agencies that would actually have insight as to why that actor turned it down, but from a bird's eye view and just basically knowing the situation, it's pretty easy to speculate. There are tons of reasons already why actors in Hollywood might not want to join the MCU. One of them is the connotations surrounding superhero movies. The other is that the contract lengths are prohibitive, where they get locked in for 5 or 6 years, 4 or 5 films, in some cases a decade, where they just have to be on call for when Marvel Studios finally tells them, hey, clear your calendar for the next 6 to 12 months. And that simply doesn't work for some actors that are in different stages of their career who are looking to do different things, not just join the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But then you add on the added complication that this is for a character that's already been played in the MCU by Chadwick Boseman, who was beloved by fans and tragically passed away, and that might just be too complicated for actors who don't want those comparisons right off the bat, don't want to risk it, say, be the next T'Challa, and fans don't like them as much as Chadwick Boseman. But my take on this is that it won't be. He's not being recast as our T'Challa. It's not the T'Challa that we saw pass away in the MCU recast as someone else. It's going to be his son that they introduced. So I think there'll actually be an affinity for that character. And of course, they could pluck a multiversal variant that's a T'Challa from another timeline, but then it wouldn't be a recast of Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther either. It would just be a multiversal variant. So I think whatever sort of pretense there might be, Marvel has definitely and respectfully waited long enough. The recast is beyond time now. I think, in my opinion, you may disagree, let me know in the comments. I think they should recast T'Challa. I think he should be a part of Avengers Secret Wars in the role he was meant to play. And I think ultimately that's what's best for the MCU when we have a Black Panther in it. You guys let me know, though, on a short list of actors that you could see in a new role as Black Panther, who do you think should be the MCU's new T'Challa? I am all ears as always. Quickly with the giveaway stuff, still giving away PlayStations. Just be a sub and leave a comment because it's random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Follow me over on Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. Find me on all platforms with original music under the name All Fires. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.